Hey there, Joe here. Life Made Simple. So, what we're going to talk about today is narcissism. Is it a mental disease, physical disease? No, I think it's a spiritual disease. Everything that we get from our mind is from a belief system that we built from our spiritual self. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. So, when we pass away, our body goes away, dust to dust. So my question is, if narcissism was just a mental, emotional thing, that means they would be cured at death, right? I don't think so. I don't think that's the way it works, and I'd love to have your input. Narcissism is the core of who they are. It is definitely a spiritual disease of their soul, I believe. It creates toxicity, creates negativity, it destroys. It it is here to tear down anything that's good in this life. So when I think of disease, and I've thought a lot, I've gotten into a lot of the quantum physics. And when you say disease, think about it this way: it is a dis-ease. That means a body, mind, or spirit, whenever it has a disease, it is at dis-ease. It's no longer at ease. So when the when we're whole, balance of mind, body, and soul, we're in harmony, we're at ease. We only become at we only have a dis-ease when those are out of harmony. Yeah, a lot of on the quantum level, they're finding now that a lot of the mind and the emotions and feelings are causing a lot of physical diseases now. So I don't know all this to be a fact, but I welcome you to do all your research on it. I don't know if YouTube's going to, stop me from saying that. I'm fairly new to this, so I'm not sure the limitations they have. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I am just somebody that has been beat up my whole life over two narcissistic parents, has triangulated my brother and sister against me, and my youngest brother drank himself to death at 29. But hey, the world's great to them. The most disappointing thing that really opened my eyes to it is after my brother died. I've never known them to put flowers on his grave, and that's been 16 years ago. When I realized that, I started putting flowers on it. Um, it is amazing how it's like once my brother passed away, it was like he never existed. Words are not said. Nobody, there's no annual thought. I, I, I pictured in my mind, let's get around the grave and every year at his birthday and reminisce and send him our love or something. My family is like he never even existed. And so I started realizing that all this disease is all through the family. And it was killing me. It was mentally, emotionally, and spiritually killing me. But what I think was the single thing that was a game changer, and I said in another video, I went to a therapist. I'd been through a number of therapists. And what helped me to realize where the real problem was when the last therapist, my seventh one, instead of giving me a pill, after the session was done, she walked over and hugged me and told me everything was going to be okay. That went to the core of my soul. I had never had anybody do that before. So that truly began my healing journey. Me and my wife reconnected. I don't know how much. I've got another video where me and my wife are going to be on, but we knew each other at 15 years old, and we went our separate ways because we both came from very dysfunctional families. In all reality, what happened was I told my mother I liked this girl, the one that's now my wife, by the way. But this is at 15 years old. This is right before I left home. And I told her that I really liked this girl. And her words to me were, "You're not worthy of a girl like that. You're not good enough for her." And that stayed with me. And I thought I was doing her a favor by not asking her out, because I adored this little girl. And 30 years later, one of those things you can't explain in life, that we reconnected as soon as I saw her. And it was right after I started my therapy session with this seventh therapist. And that happened. It just, things started evolving. And I really, looking back now, I can say that if you want to heal, you take the steps and the universe will line it up for you. I'm a testament to that, because I never thought I would see my 50th birthday. I was so depressed. I'd gone through 12 years of dark night of the soul. And before I realized, and from that moment she told me that, I started digging deeper. And that's when my wife, we reconnected. Yeah, let's see, it's probably about 6 months later or so that we reconnected, 70 miles away from where we grew up. That's no coincidence. That's no just accidentally. That is a higher power setting things up. Wasp or a yellow jacket here. Um, that is the universe lining things up. And I believe that when we start forgiving, when we start releasing all these anger, and become the person we want to be, get all the toxic people out of your life, you will never grow with toxic people in your life. They will keep you down. They will keep that negative feeling. They will keep you at without ease, at unease, disease. Narcissism is disease of the spirit. That's what I believe it is. It is a total um, removal of any self-love, any self-respect of themselves. I used to be very angry at my parents for the way they treated me and the behavior towards me. But what I look at now is I actually feel sorry for them, because not only have they destroyed their own future evolution, their eternal salvation or eternal journey, they've robbed themselves of all the great joy they could have had with their children. With my mother, we don't go over there at holidays and gather around her and give her gifts and have dinner and all. She's never invited any of us, number one. She's never brought the whole family together. We don't get too many down here. We've got a four-wheeler going by now. We don't get too many vehicles down here, but I just want you to know that if you're struggling, mind, body, and spirit, first stop, just get them out of your life. Start believing in yourself. In my book, Life Made Simple, I talk about belief systems, and that is the foundation. Every decision you make in your life is from your belief system. Every single decision builds the reality of your life. So if you're going to have a good life, you've got to have a positive, functional belief system. And sacrificing yourself for a narcissist is not it. I'm not here telling you to break up or whatever like that. Don't blame it on Joe. But you know what you need to do. I don't want an ex-husband calling me and saying, you told me you told my wife to divorce me. What I'm saying is, if it's narcissism, chances are you're not going to heal it. If it's just a miscommunication, I think that sometimes there's good people that divorce and they're just not on the same, they're not in harmony with one another. Life really gets good when you get in harmony with your spouse, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it might be. If I could be in harmony with my parents, I tried it for years. It didn't work because the narcissism was too strong. My parents are still alive. I've left the door open for them to make things right, and they refuse to. So I'm the adult, and they're the child. I've had to be the adult my whole life, and it was exhausting being beat up, trying to figure my way. But I want you to know that you are loved. You are love. You have amazing things that you can do in this life. Maybe you've never thought about it. Maybe you've never taken action. Too much fear. Narcissists will create fear within us. Sense of doom, maybe. That's what I felt a lot. But I know I've got a connection to my higher power. I'm going to do a video on our internal guidance system. That's what guides us through this whole life. That's what, you have a gut feeling. It comes through your internal guidance system. I'm going to teach you all about that on another video. So for today, this is Joe Cox. Life Made Simple. Getting you through this narcissistic world. I wish you only peace, love, and happiness. From my heart to yours, I send you nothing but blessings. Bye-bye.